What is up, YouTube? Jamie the Kid 00 here, coming at you guys with my first draft of Toon Control. This is going to be essentially my first Toon list that I'm going to be bringing you guys. I'm going to be trying to reinvent this deck and bring it to you guys in further iterations across the channel, because I feel like this is going to be a pretty fun deck to kind of bring different versions of. But I figured the first version I'm going to bring you is kind of my theory draft that I've been playtesting a little bit. I've not honestly been able to find a build of this that I completely like and think is hugely workable, but I'm pretty happy with the current list that I'm playing, so I figured I'd actually bring you guys it as a profile to start us off with, and then we'll move into some other builds as we go along on the channel. So we're going to start the list off as we always do with the monster lineup. We're playing 3 copies of Toon Dark Magician Girl. She is our aggression engine of the deck. She's the only Toon monster that doesn't have the claws that means they can't attack during the turn they're special summoned. Dark Magician Girl can attack, so she's going to be absolutely fantastic to tribute over our guys and get an immediate 2k swing directly for your opponent's life points, and that's a quarter of your opponent's life. That's a pretty big swing on a monster that can attack directly. We're then playing 3 copies of Toon Sorcerer. He's pretty standard. He's only 900 attack. He's got the standard Toon effects of you can normal summon him. You don't have to have Toon World on the field to normal summon him, and when he deals damage to your opponent's life points, you can draw 1 card, so he's going to be really useful for your draw engine. I'm testing the 1 Toon Cannon Soldier. This should really be more at home in the lists that play Scapegoat, and this list was playing 2 Scapegoat until very recently, and I'm honestly considering putting them back in. But this card is a good 1400 beta, and it can take some cheap shots for the opponent's life, so it's something I'm testing, but I do think it's more suited to the Scapegoat list as a kind of disclaimer there. I'm then playing 2 copies of Toon Gemini Elf, our biggest normal drop in the deck. 1900 stick, and when it attacks directly, it can discard a card from your opponent's hand, so pretty strong there. And we're then playing 2 copies of Toon Mermaid. This is kind of our Cyber Dragon. You can special summon her when you have a Toon World out, so you can special her and then tribute her away for your Toon Dark Magician Girl, or you can special her, normal summon one of your other guys and make an Xyz. So she's pretty cool. And then the last monster we're playing is 2 copies of Summoner Monk, because this plus Master Sorcerer has a really nice Master Key Beetle play to protect your Toon World, and Master Sorcerer is just pretty... Sorry, Summoner Monk's pretty good with a deck that plays as many spells as this does. So at the moment we're playing no real staples in the deck. I'm just playing a huge consistency engine to try and get to the power cards that this deck plays. And I mean, I suppose we can rely on Mimikatting our opponent's Raigeki if we want a Raigeki. So for the moment I'm not playing any of the staples, I'm just playing consistency. So for the spell lineup, I'm playing 3 Upstart Goblin. You just want to move through the deck as fast as you can. 2 Terraforming. You want to get to your field spells really, really fast. 3 copies of the wonderful Toon Table of Contents. This card is insane in the deck. The fact that it searches you almost any card you want except for your Cosmic Hands and your Mimikats is just really, really good. It searches you your Masks, it searches you your Toon DMGs, any Toon monster you could want. And of course, if for some reason you want to thin the deck, it can search itself. But 3 Toon Table of Contents, absolutely phenomenal search card. You'll be seeing that in a few more deck profiles as well, because I've got Chicken Race Exodia to profile soon as well. Then we're playing the 1 Toon World. This is kind of the 4th option, because of course we play the Kingdoms, which we'll get to in a sec. But honestly, I want to have more Toon Worlds than my opponent has outs, so I want to play the 4th copy. That's something I can search on my table if I need to. But 1 Toon World, and then I'm playing 3 copies of Toon Kingdom. Just the absolutely ridiculous MVP field spell that just makes the deck incredible. The protection this card offers to your Toon monsters is absolutely insane, so the 3 Kingdom are an absolute must to play in the deck. I'm then playing 3 copies of Comic Hand. This card is insane. The spell cards this deck plays are absolutely phenomenal. The fact that if you control a Toon World, you can equip this to an opponent's monster and take control of it. It's treated as a Toon monster, and if your opponent controls no Toons, it can attack them directly. So it's so good at just stealing your opponent's monsters and attacking them for big damage, especially depending on what your opponent puts on the board as well. Like just having 3 copies of 3 copies of Snatch Steal is really, really good in a deck like this. So 3 copies of Comic Hand, and of course because it makes the monster, it grabs a Toon monster, you can protect that Toon monster with things like Toon Kingdom and the like. So that's pretty good. So we play those Comic Hands. I'm then playing 2 copies of Mimikat. Mimikat is the most hyped card in the deck, with good reason. If you control a Toon monster and a Toon World, You can target one card in your opponent's graveyard. If it's a monster, special summon it to your side of the field. Awesome. If it's a spell or trap, set it to your side of the field. So you can copy any of your opponent's cards. That's really, really good. Especially if your opponent has like big boss monsters in grave or really powerful spells and traps, this card just comes alive. I honestly feel like 3 is a bit too many. A, because they cost money, and B, because and mainly because honestly you don't want to be seeing this that early in the game. You want to be seeing it as a bit of a clutch card mid to late game. Because of course it's a complete blank until your opponent plays a card worth copying. So the 2 Mimicat. And then for the trap lineup, I'm actually playing a somewhat heavy trap lineup, hence why I say Toon control. I'm playing 3 copies of the Toon Mask. This is something I'm kind of fond of. I quite like this card, and I want to see how it goes. The only kind of downside is I'm not playing that many strong Toon monsters in my main deck. So this is kind of just a 1 card to just get me to my Toon monsters in the opponent's end phase, rather than summoning something as a wall in front of them. I was considering playing Toon Ancient Gear Golem or Toon Blue Eyes for a while, and I do play Blue Eyes in my Scapegoat-oriented build, but for the moment, the 3 Toon Masks are kind of experimental, and you could really, you could honestly cut one of these for a Raigeki, I feel. So in a future list, you may want to cut one of these for a Raigeki if you feel that 3 Toon Masks is too much. And we then play a few staple traps in the form of 2 Phoenix Chain, 2 Mirror Force, 1 Bottomless, 1 Torrential, and 1 Solemn Warning to round off our complete main deck, I believe, at 40 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 traps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I wanted to make sure it was 10 because I hadn't counted it before the video. Sorry, 40 because I hadn't counted it before the video. And I'd look a bit stupid if the upstarts were in here in a 41 card deck, wouldn't I? So for the extra deck, we're playing of course, the 1 Giant Hand because we play 4s and it can be pretty strong, so why not? The 1 Master Key Beetle, this is kind of the interesting card because it can protect Toon Kingdom. It's really easy to make if you draw your Summoner Monk. So Master Key, 2 E-Knight, this is mainly because they were left over in my extra deck, like I'd honestly play another 4, but the 2 E-Knight are reasonable, especially if you like Summon Monk late game. The 1 101, the Castel, the Abyss Dweller, then we play the Diamond Direwolf, the Ragnar Zero, the Kane Gorgon, because this can protect your Toon World as well by redirecting your opponent's destruction effects, Cowboy, Emerald, Rhapsody, and then Ptolemaeus and Diamond for the Shadol matchup. So yeah, guys, that brings me to like around about the end of this deck profile. I'm definitely interested to see kind of how this deck's gonna evolve over time, because I'm actually pretty fond of it. I'll be interested to see what other decks kind of come out of the woodwork. But for the moment, I'm just glad I've kind of picked up the core in this really rather modest rarity. I'm pretty happy with it, so yeah, I hope you're pretty happy with it too, and I hope you'll be happy to see some more lists of this coming up on the channel pretty soon as well. But, I mean, as always, guys, I've been Jamie the Kid 00. Please feel free to leave this a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more of the same, more of these deck profiles, more deck profiles from, what's it called? I've forgotten the name of the set. Clash of Rebellion. Let me know if you want to see some Clash of Rebellion stuff. I'm going to be posting a sneak peek swag list on my Facebook page, which you can check out in the link in the description down below. You'll see in the swag list kind of the stuff that I was getting in, so you can kind of get an idea of what's to come deck list wise or deck profile wise. Otherwise, please feel free to share this with your friends if you think they'd enjoy it. If you've got any friends who are playing Toons or thinking of starting up the deck. And otherwise, please feel free to comment down below if there's anything you want to say to me, anything you want to talk about, or any recommendations to improve my list. Otherwise, that's about everything I wanted to say. This has been Gemini the Kid 00, and I'll see you guys next time with some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Related content. Peace out. Bye-bye.